Hello and good evening, my dear students. Such a great day to be meeting all of you. Congratulations to all the people who have become chartered accountants. आज CA फाइनल का रिजल्ट आया है और अगर आप चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट बन गए हो, so a big congratulations to you. If you have cleared your CA foundation today, welcome to the CA journey. Welcome. The journey has just started and we are super duper excited for you. आज का सेशन उन लोगों के लिए है जो इस जर्नी में कहीं आके हॉल्ट पे लग गए हैं. अगर आप एक सीए फाइनल स्टूडेंट हो और आप अपना एग्जाम क्लियर नहीं कर पाए हो, तो आज का सेशन डेफिनेटली आपके लिए है, बिकॉज आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट यू आर गोइंग थ्रू राइट नाउ. अगर आप एक सीए फाउंडेशन स्टूडेंट हो जिसने अपना एग्जाम क्लियर नहीं किया है, आज का सेशन आपके लिए है, बिकॉज वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट एंजाइटी. एक सीए स्टूडेंट के लाइफ में ऐसे कई बार सिचुएशंस आते हैं वेयर यू फील एंग्शियस. जब रिजल्ट आने वाला है तब एंग्शियस. You feel anxious when you are about to appear for your exams. And even while appearing for these exams, there are 8 subjects. There are 2 different groups. Before every exam, we feel anxious. We feel that anxiety running through our blood and veins. And that is where we often fail to give our 100%. It definitely did happen with me in my first attempt of CA final exam. I am not someone who would compromise on her sleep, but CA final ने मेरी भी नींद उड़ा दी थी, and that was the reason. Anxiety. Only reason that helped me to fail my exam was anxiety. Okay, so anxiety doesn't serve any of us. It only creates barriers in our success. So very important that we are dealing with anxiety and we are overcoming this anxiety with the help of an expert. And today, आज के live session में, I have an amazing expert with me who is a master's of science in psychotherapy and counseling, and she is with me today. She works a lot with students. She's worked with thousands of students all across India, where she helps these students to overcome anxiety, to handle their stress, to handle themselves when they are appearing for their exams. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome on this interactive chat with me, Vibha Deshpande. Welcome, Vibha ji. It is lovely to have you with us today, Vibha ji.
Thank you so much, Aanchal, for this opportunity. And it's really good to have an interaction with students, CA students today on this very day.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for being here with us, Vibha ji. And I will straight come to the point. What is anxiety? हम सब anxiety के बारे में बात करते हैं, and often we use this term very loosely. I'm feeling anxious. I'm facing anxiety attacks. Some people use these words, right? Mm-hmm. So what is anxiety?
Okay, so as you said, rightly said, that people are using these terms very loosely currently because they just see those words on Google, and most of the time they just Google and see the symptoms and say that, okay, I'm anxious or I'm depressed or many other things. So I think it's very important to know what exactly anxiety is. जैसे कि अगर आप कहीं बैठे हुए हो और अचानक से आपके सामने कोई जानवर आ जाए who can probably kill you, what do you feel? You feel fear, right? Which is natural, which is normal. We all feel that fear because we want to survive. लेकिन आप बैठे हुए हो और आप इमेजिन करते हो कि अभी कोई टाइगर आ जाएगा और मुझे खा जाएगा, तो क्या होगा? What if a tiger comes? What if I meet with an accident? What if this happens? So all these things are not actually existing, लेकिन हमारे दिमाग में उसके बारे में कोई ख्याल आ रहा है जिसकी वजह से वी आर फीलिंग लाइक पैल्पिटेशंस, या फिर बेचैनी होती है, या फिर हम कंसंट्रेट नहीं कर पाते, और दैट इज एक्चुअली एंजाइटी. जब आपके सामने रियल प्रॉब्लम, बड़ा प्रॉब्लम खड़ा है, तब when you want to survive, your body creates that kind of response, when your heart starts pumping faster, so that your body, you can probably run or fight, flight or fight. Okay, यहाँ पे ये है कि आपके सामने रियल रीजन नहीं है, रियल प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन आप सोच रहे हो किसी प्रॉब्लम के बारे में, और फिर यू आर गेटिंग द सेम काइंड ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सेज, द बॉडीली रिस्पॉन्सेज, बिकॉज यू वांट टू फाइट. आपके दिमाग को ये नहीं समझ में आता कि जो आप सोच रहे हो वो सही असल में है या इमेजिनेशन में है, इसलिए आपकी बॉडी वही रिस्पॉन्सेज देना शुरू कर देती है. व्हेन यू हैव लाइक sweaty palms and palpitations, and like you feel like running or moving or doing something, so all that actually is anxiety.
Correct. And I think anxiety is experienced in various life situations. Sometimes, the loss of someone, the loss of business or financial loss, or there could be some things related to health as well that we feel anxious about. But it has been increasingly noticed that students, even as small as people who are the students who are studying in schools, are also going through anxiety, and more so in these professional exams like chartered accountancy and company secretary and CMA exams, that students, when they are preparing for their exams and they've got the schedule in hand and now they have to actually go and attempt these exams, they are going through anxiety, even though they have not really failed the exam right now. But yes, those sweaty palms, not being able to sleep properly, and feeling that, oh my god, what will happen if I fail the exam? So why does that happen?
सबसे पहली चीज ये है कि currently there is tremendous competition in every field, so that creates a lot of pressure on the students. दूसरी चीज ये है कि फेलियर को पॉजिटिवली लेना हमें सिखाया नहीं.
Correct.
ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि see, if I fail in certain things, let's say I'm competing for maybe it's just a running race and I don't stand first, immediately what we do is we label ourselves as failure, और इसलिए हमको एक बार भी फेल नहीं हो. हम ये नहीं सोचते कि next time we can like I can probably win or I can probably do better. ये winning and losing, ये जो black and white में हम लोग देखना शुरू किया है ना हम लोगों ने, that's a very big creator of anxiety. या तो मैं first आती हूँ, मतलब I am successful. अगर मैं first या second नहीं आती हूँ, I'm a failure. तो ये लेबलिंग जब हम कम कर देंगे, हम जब देखना शुरू कर देंगे कि लास्ट टाइम मैंने क्या स्कोर किया था और इस टाइम मैंने क्या स्कोर किया है, एम आई प्रोग्रेसिंग और नॉट, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है देखना. अगर ये इस तरह से हम नहीं देखते, हर चीज को सक्सेस फेलियर की तरह से देखते हैं, तो एंजाइटी ज्यादा. दूसरी चीज ये है कि as I said that there is tremendous competition in every field. तो सबको लगता है कि अगर मैं नहीं कर पाया तो आगे जाके मेरा, क्योंकि सारे सपने अपने एजुकेशन पे निर्भर रहते हैं हमारी सोसाइटी में. जो अगर हम अच्छा एजुकेशन लेते हैं, then only I'm going to get this, I'm going to get a good job, I'm going to get good money, I'm going to get respect, status, etc. etc. तो ये जो स्ट्रॉन्ग एसोसिएशन पूरी लाइफ की सक्सेस का हमने कर दिया है एजुकेशन के साथ, वो भी हम पे बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस क्रिएट करता है, वो भी ज्यादा एंजाइटी क्रिएट करता है. और एक चीज मैं बताना चाहूंगी यहाँ पे इज दैट लाइक पीपल थिंक दैट एंजाइटी इज बैड. But actually, anxiety in total is not. Suppose, like, what is opposite to anxiety? It's maybe comfort, it's maybe confidence, right? But if we are too comfortable, probably we will not work for anything. So anxiety in itself is not bad. And like if we have optimum level of anxiety, we are more productive. We work more towards success. But when the anxiety crosses that level, then it becomes a hindrance in our performance, in our productivity. तो हमें ये समझना चाहिए कि एंजाइटी हमारी दुश्मन नहीं है. एंजाइटी को कितना ज्यादा बढ़ने देना है, यहाँ पे हमें इस पे हमको सोचना चाहिए, इस पे हमें काम करना चाहिए.
Correct. That's amazing. So I think my biggest takeaway from this is that anxiety हमारी दुश्मन नहीं है. And if we get too comfortable doing something, we will not take the effort to improve and to work upon it and work hard to achieve something. But instead we'll be like, okay, fine, this is it. मिल जाएगा, हो जाएगा, कर लेंगे type attitude. So students who are listening in, I think this is a major takeaway for all of us, that anxiety in itself is not bad, but if it is going to a level beyond that is under your control, that is when you need to take care of it. So, how do we know whether this is good anxiety and this is beyond control anxiety? What's the parameters?
Okay, so when the anxiety is at like good level, optimum level, you will see that you are having good concentration, your performance is improving day by day. Like you are feeling motivated to take efforts. You're feeling motivated towards like uh, like life. You feel positive about life. You feel that if you take efforts, you're going to pass. You're going to do well. So you have positive thoughts in your mind. But when the anxiety crosses that level, what you start thinking is that, oh my God, what if
Sorry, we just lost you there, Vibhaji. Could you
if
just
I don't
repeat?
pass? What will
Sorry,
happen
Vibhaji,
if
we
I
just lost you.
okay?
Yeah. Could you just repeat it for
Am I
us?
am I audible? Am I
Yes,
audible?
you are now. Yes.
Okay. So what I was saying is that once the anxiety goes beyond that level, beyond the level where you are feeling motivated, you are feeling positive about your life, about your performance, about your efforts, then what happens is that you start like having those thoughts of which generally start with what if I fail, what if I don't remember, what if I can't write in the paper, what if I get late, what if all those what ifs start coming to your mind, because of which you stop working. You don't feel motivated because even when you are trying to study, your concentration is not the way it used to be earlier. So you start losing concentration, you start like forgetting what you have read, you start making silly mistakes while writing. So these are the indicators that you are probably having more stress or more anxiety than which is required or which is actually helpful.
Correct. So thank you for sharing some practical parameters. I think students, if you feel, बहुत सारे students होते हैं जो ये complain करते हैं that I am not able to concentrate on my studies. So probably you are dealing with anxiety, my dear students, and it's not a good sign because this anxiety is not good anxiety. This anxiety is beyond the good level of anxiety. So my next question is on how can we handle or how can we avoid anxiety? Can we avoid anxiety in the first place? This uncontrolled anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're talking about uncontrolled anxiety, yes. Otherwise, we cannot control anxiety in total. In fact, we all go through how much ever confident you are, how much ever knowledgeable you are, whatever kind of person you are, you will face anxiety some or the other time in life. Because whenever there is some change in life, whenever there is something that we do not know, whenever there is, suppose you're changing your job, you're going to a new city, you're like getting admission in a new college. So there is a lot of change, and that is where we all feel anxious, and that is normal, and we should feel anxious because that makes us more alert, that makes us more like we think about how we should perform well, or how we should introduce ourselves, how I should probably talk to people. So everywhere, when we are a little anxious, we prepare. We kind of prepare. For example, even if you are giving lectures almost every day for the college, in the college, but you still feel anxious, which actually helps you to prepare well for your lecture. So that anxiety is like not controllable and should not be controlled. But when it goes beyond the helpful part, I think the first thing we need to do is acknowledge it. You have to like accept that you are feeling anxious. Most of the time, what we do is that if
Vibha,
somebody,
madam, sorry, can you just hold the mic a little closer so that we can hear you more clearly? I
okay,
don't want to miss out on any gems that you are sharing here. Yes,
are
please.
you am I
Yes,
audible now?
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so what I was saying is that I just lost the link.
You were saying
That when
acknowledge,
you go
acknowledge.
beyond, yes, the first thing is that you need to acknowledge that you are feeling anxious, you're feeling stressed. Most of the times when somebody asks you, how are you, like our answer is, I'm fine. We don't even think whether actually we are fine or not. I'm not saying that you should be going on telling everybody that you are not fine, or you are feeling anxious, or you are feeling stressed. But the thing is that what we say to ourselves actually gets registered in our mind. So we need to think, when somebody is asking you, how are you feeling? You need to think and ask yourself, how am I feeling? Am I fine? And if you're not fine, you have to accept that you are not feeling fine. You are probably feeling anxious or stressed. So first thing, when you acknowledge that, that's when you're going to do something about it. Otherwise, what will happen, that you will just keep on denying, and the anxiety will stay with you, and it will do all the work it should do. For example, losing concentration and like lowering your performance. So सबसे पहले उस अपनी एंजाइटी को पहचान और एक्सेप्ट करो कि मुझे आई एम फीलिंग एंग्शियस. उसके बाद क्या है कि ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट व्हाई एम आई फीलिंग एंग्शियस. व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एग्जाम रिलेटेड एंजाइटी, फर्स्ट थिंग, आप तब एंग्शियस होते हो जब व्हेन यू आर नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड, व्हेन यू हैव नॉट डन वेल, यू आर नॉट रेडी फॉर द एग्जाम. तो ये एंजाइटी मतलब कुछ टेक्निक से आप कम कर सकते हो, लेकिन उससे आपका परफॉर्मेंस नहीं होगा. तो सबसे पहली बात है कि आप रेगुलर आपकी पढ़ाई करते रहो, प्रिपेयर योरसेल्फ वेल, सो दैट यू विल फील कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट योर परफॉर्मेंस. यहाँ पे कोई भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं हो सकती. आप अगर पढ़ाई नहीं करते हो तो आप कुछ भी, कितने भी टेक्निक्स यूज करो एंजाइटी लोअर करने के, योर परफॉर्मेंस इज नॉट गोइंग टू चेंज. तो ये सबसे पहली बात आपको करनी है कि like make a schedule and study regularly. Don't study just before the exam. I know CA के लोग नहीं कर सकते ऐसा, मुझे पता है, लेकिन काफी सारे जगह पे मैंने देखा है कि लोग people just study a few days before the exam. तो ऐसा मत करो, रेगुलर स्टडीज करो. दूसरी चीज, खुद को इवेल्युएट करना शुरू करो. मतलब अगर आपने कुछ पढ़ाई की है तो उसके ऊपर जो भी क्वेश्चंस है या फिर एग्जाम पेपर्स है, स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग देम एंड फाइंडिंग आउट हाउ मच यू हैव एक्चुअली रिटेन्ड, हाउ मच यू हैव एक्चुअली अंडरस्टूड. क्योंकि काफी बार ऐसा होता है कि हम पढ़ाई तो करते हैं, लेकिन वो पढ़ाई हमारे दिमाग में कितनी रिटेन हुई है इसको हम कहीं भी इवैल्यूएट नहीं करते। इसकी वजह से हमें बार बार ये डर लगा रहता है कि व्हाट इफ आई फॉरगेट इन द एग्जाम, व्हाट इफ आई फॉरगेट। तो ये एक चीज है। दूसरी चीज है, जो आपको आता है उसके रेगुलर रिविजन होना जरूरी है। आपने बहुत सारी पढ़ाई आज की और डायरेक्टली एग्जाम के टाइम में आप उसकी रिविजन करने गए तो नहीं होगा, क्योंकि as many times as you revise, the circuit in your brain which is created with the information that gets stronger and stronger, और जितना स्ट्रांग वो सर्किट आपका आपके दिमाग में है उतना इजी टू रिकॉल। इसलिए रिविजन रेगुलर। तो ये है पढ़ाई की टेक्निक्स है जो जरूरी है, जो काफी बार लोगों को पता नहीं होती, और इसकी वजह से उनके दिमाग में हमेशा ये डर लगा रहता है कि मैं एग्जाम के टाइम पे भूल जाऊंगा या भूल जाऊंगी। तो ये 3 चीजें बहुत जरूरी है। उसके साथ साथ आपको क्या करना चाहिए कि कुछ टेक्निक्स है जिसके साथ हम एंजाइटी बेटर हैंडल कर सकते हैं। जैसे कि the simplest technique is breathing. Whenever you feel anxious, whenever you realize that your heart is beating faster, or you're feeling restless, सबसे पहली चीज सिंपल सी, जहां पे भी आपको, what you can do is just like take deep breaths and slowly exhale. Breathing techniques help a lot to lower your anxiety, because the way we think has a very strong connection with the way we breathe. तो ब्रीदिंग से आपके दिमाग का वो जो दिमाग में जो हलचल चल रही है वो कम हो जाएगी। सो 5 या 6 बार भी अगर आपने स्लोली इनहेल एक्सेल किया विथ फुल कंसंट्रेशन ऑन ब्रीदिंग, इट विल हेल्प। दूसरी चीज मैं हमेशा करवाती हूँ लोगों से, वो है विजुअलाइजेशन। ये जो टेक्निक है, ये इसको हम मेंटल रिहर्सल भी कह सकते हैं। हम जो चीज रोज करते हैं उसके बारे में हमें ज्यादा एंजाइटी नहीं, जो हम कभी कभार करते हैं तो एंजाइटी ज्यादा होती है। तो हम एग्जाम तो हर रोज नहीं दे सकते, बट व्हाट वी कैन डू इज we can think about the exam. We can imagine that you are in the exam hall and you are writing your paper and you are confident and you are calm and you are doing your work well.
So what you're saying here is that we imagine an ideal situation कि हम जब एग्जाम में जाएंगे, so ideally we want to feel this way and we are visualizing that, right?
Absolutely. तो ये विजुअलाइजेशन टेक्निक बहुत ही अच्छा काम करता है। If you do this like for a week before your exam, maybe twice a day or something, it will definitely help. इसमें प्रॉब्लम एक जो आती है वो ये है कि हम खुद ब खुद वो करना थोड़ा हमारे लिए डिफिकल्ट रहता है। तो जनरली व्हाट आई डू इज दैट आई like if the students are in front of me, I give them that relaxation and I give them the suggestions and they visualize whatever I am like according to the instructions that I'm giving. But if the students are away, what I generally do is I send them a recording. They listen to the recording and visualize the exam and that helps a lot. तो ये टेक्निक बहुत ही अच्छे से काम करता है। लेकिन यहाँ पे एक like what you should be cautious about is that you can't be telling that you know everything and you're writing everything if you have not you are not prepared. यहाँ पे cautious ये रहना चाहिए कि you will be telling yourself what is realistic. Positive thinking का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपने पढ़ाई नहीं की तो भी आप ये सोचो कि हाँ मुझे आ जाएगा, मैं तो कर लूंगा। पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग में रियलिस्टिक होना बहुत जरूरी है। इसलिए ये जो टेक्निक है यहाँ पे रियलिस्टिक सोचना बहुत, विजुअलाइजेशन बहुत जरूरी है कि आप एग्जाम हॉल में जा रहे हो, आप like you are writing what you know. That is very important.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very good point, Vibhaji. So students understand कि आपकी जो मेजर कॉजेज है वो कहीं ना कहीं, आई थिंक द ग्रास रूट ऑफ दिस इज लैक ऑफ योर प्रिपरेशन. And I have seen that with a lot of students. They themselves come to me and accept these facts that हमने prepare नहीं किया, हम तो ऐसे ही एग्जाम दे के आ गए, देखते हैं क्या होगा, and then they feel anxious. पास नहीं होंगे, बस पास करा दो. So guys, there is no abracadabra magic wand. ठीक है, you are going to feel anxious if you have not prepared yourself. But if you have prepared yourself and you're still feeling anxious, then these techniques will do wonders for you. Breathing technique and then visualization. Two very, very powerful techniques which I have also used. Unfortunately, मेरे पास CA exams के time पे कोई guide करने वाला नहीं था. I didn't have a mentor who could tell me this, but the students who are watching this right now have the opportunity that they have mentors who can guide them with these things. So only thing you have to do is study well and take action on these parts. Any other method that you would like to add, Vibhaji, to these strategies?
One more thing I would always like to tell the students is that while going for the exam or just before going for the exam, please do not start reading something that you don't remember. क्योंकि जो अभी याद नहीं है तो वो उसकी अब पढ़ाई अब शुरू करोगे तो दैट इज डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू क्रिएट एंजाइटी, क्योंकि आपके दिमाग में यही चल रहा होगा कि अरे ये तो मुझे नहीं आ रहा, ये तो मुझे नहीं आ रहा. Another thing, like before the exam, when you are in the exam hall and your friends are there, don't start discussing अरे ये किया क्या, वो किया क्या, ये this is like this is definitely going to come in the exam, because there will be certain things that you are not really prepared well, and somebody speaks about it will create anxiety. So ये बातें अब करने की मतलब this is not the right place and right time to talk about it.
Absolutely.
तो एग्जाम से पहले किसी के साथ ये बातें मत करो कि आपने क्या पढ़ा और क्या नहीं पढ़ा. बस जाओ लिखो, जो भी किया है वो लिखो. और एग्जाम के बाद भी it is pointless to discuss about what you have done, what you have written and what you have not written with other friends, क्योंकि फिर क्या होता है कि आपको शायद पता चल जाता है कि हाँ शायद ये गलत है शायद, and then this anxiety stays with you till the results.
Correct.
उसका कोई मतलब नहीं है.
I think what are the side effects? Let's talk a little bit about that. एक तो ये है कि हमारा एग्जाम में परफॉर्मेंस डेफिनेटली ड्रॉप होगा if we are anxious beyond control. But what I am also curious to know that what does it do to us generally? You know, this uncontrolled anxiety and the anxiety pills that people and students also nowadays are relying on. How good is that, and what's really the effect of all of this on our body, on our life beyond exams as well?
Yeah. So when I'm talking about like right now, although we are discussing about anxiety related to exam, but there are plenty of people who are having generalized anxiety disorder. Like उनको हर चीज की anxiety है. तो यहाँ पे आपको थेरेपी करनी बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि ये अपने आप नहीं चली जाएगी. You have to understand that the way our bodies fall sick, our minds also fall sick, and we have to take the right kind of treatment for it. Anxiety pills कब लेनी चाहिए? ये generally like in the Western countries, how the system is that you go to a psychologist first, and the psychologist evaluates and decides whether you should go to a psychiatrist or not. यहाँ पे जनरली क्या होता है कि जो भी पता है, अगर लोगों को साइकियाट्रिस्ट पता है तो वो साइकियाट्रिस्ट के पास पहले चले जाते हैं. अगर लोगों को पता है थेरेपी के बारे में, जो कि बहुत कम है, अवेयरनेस अबाउट मेंटल हेल्थ एंड द डिफरेंट ट्रीटमेंट्स इज वेरी लो, तो थेरेपिस्ट अगर पता है तो थेरेपिस्ट के पास जाते हैं. तो whenever you go to a psychiatrist, you are likely to get some medicines. Because that's their job. Um, but if you have anxiety, like which is not very severe, it can be treated through therapy and counseling. And that's what people should try first. And the therapist will definitely guide you if you need a psychiatrist treatment.
So psychologist or a counselor is where you start. If
Mhm.
even as a student you are experiencing persistent anxiety even beyond your exam times,
Mhm.
then the next level is a psychiatrist.
Mhm.
And more importantly, I think it's also about the acknowledgement of the fact. मेरे साथ खुद ये हुआ है विभाजी, after doing my own CA exams. I think I didn't have that mental health awareness, and I didn't have that guidance and that support. So I could not come out in the open and talk about it to anyone from my friends and family. So I was hiding in and actually going and doing these sessions. And now everybody is aware. Now the world is aware of this. So
Thanks to COVID.
sorry, yeah, no, even about me, people are aware about it, that I have gone through this, and it's okay to actually go ahead and take some help, because yes, as you rightly said, that just the way our bodies fall sick, our minds also fall sick. And I have experienced this, my mind falling sick for a very very long duration, and it was left unattended, and it made me suffer in my health, it made me suffer in my relationships, my overall mental well-being, and my general mood during the day, because I didn't know what's going wrong with me. So I would say this, that to all the students, that एग्जाम रिलेटेड एंजाइटी हो रही है, विभा मैडम ने बहुत अच्छी टेक्निक्स बताई है. Breathing, and it's just simple deep breathing. I think sometimes taking a few sips of cold water can also help, right? It has helped in my case. I don't know
Yes.
what's the scientific study behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, it does help. Even like going for a walk or doing some physical activity can help equally
Correct.
like
Absolutely.
helpful.
Right. So, students, I always discuss the MMM formula in my mentoring programs, and one of the M's is movement. So, if you are feeling anxious, just try to move your body drastically, either do a walk or yoga or any kind of jumps or running, or just move your body physically. That is a great anxiety reducer. The second M that I talk about is meditation. Do you think meditation helps in reducing
Yes.
anxiety?
Yes. And particularly if you talk about mindfulness meditation, it's extremely helpful. Even when you have an anxiety attack, mindfulness meditation can be a like, very helpful technique.
Absolutely.
So in that, all you need to do is start like take deep breaths, sit quietly, and start like probably observing what is going on around you using all your five senses. So
Correct.
that is a very helpful technique.
Right. So, yes, meditation, movement, deep breathing, taking a few sips of water, or just moving your body, can help you in dealing with anxiety. And biggest takeaway, I think, for me personally has been, and I heard this somewhere, Vibhaji, tell me if you do agree to this, that anxiety, the good level of anxiety is a sign that you care about this project, which is why you're a little anxious of how you're going
Right.
to perform. You care about this exam, which is why you feel that I should perform well. But
Absolutely.
but the only thing that we need to be careful about is till what level is it good anxiety, and
Mhm.
once it goes beyond it, we need to have those checkpoints, right?
Right. Right. A lot of times students have like expect too much expectation from themselves, which probably they are not ready to achieve. You know, that is also one reason why people feel like students feel a lot of anxiety. So
Anxiety.
they also need to understand what to expect. A little beyond your capacity is a good expectation where you will take efforts and try to reach that. But if, like, just to make it simple, I would say that if your capacity is to achieve 70% and you are expecting 90%, then you are going to feel anxious. If your capacity is 70%, probably your goal should be 75%. Once you achieve that, go for the next goal. But suddenly, if you want to jump from 70 to 90, there is probability that you would not be able to do that, and you also like subconsciously know it. That's why you feel anxious.
True that. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Vibhaji, for sharing this time with us and talking about anxiety and how we can deal with it and why does this really happen. And we also discussed some practical parameters like sweaty palms and not being able to sleep well, not being able to concentrate well, if we are not able to remember what we have just read and understood. Those are signs of uncontrolled anxiety. So these are the checkpoints, dear students, and feel free to talk. Just reach out to us because we have Vibha ma'am, we have many other experts who are here to guide you. And at the end, from my side, I want to say that preparation trumps everything. Uh, these techniques will fail if you are not prepared. So preparation for your CA exams in the right manner, with the right amount of guidance, with the right amount of effort, trumps everything. So nothing can beat that. If you are correct with your preparation strategies, then these techniques and strategies on reducing anxiety will do wonders and increase and double your chances of becoming a CA in the next attempt. So that's it from our side today. I want to invite Vibha madam to give her closing statements on this interaction.
Well, I think expect right, like set the right kind of goals, and as Anchal ma'am mentioned, prepare well. Apart from that, like relax, do your relaxation and like some activities for relaxation on a regular basis so that your mind gets free of the stress and anxieties that you are dealing with. I think if you do this, if you're prepared well, you will ace the exams.
Thank you so
That's it
much,
from my
Vibha
side.
ma'am, for spending this time with us and for sharing such amazing insights on this channel with us for all the CA students. CA students, if you want any help when it comes to preparation strategies, there is a webinar that we have done. I will put the link in the description below. For CA final students regarding SFM, we have done a special session on how to prepare for SFM. We have done a special session on how to prepare for audit. We have done a special session on how to prepare for strategic management, for CA intermediate students. So go ahead on this channel, subscribe to this channel, watch all these recordings, watch these videos, prepare yourself well, and make sure that you are sharing this video right now with your friends and family who you think might be dealing with anxiety, who need help so that they can help themselves and lot of beautiful lives can be saved. So thank you so much everyone for joining us today. Hit the subscribe button, like this video if you enjoyed it, and also share it with others. Thank you everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Achal, for this